there is a disgusting young man who is a PhD student at Georgia State University. He has been profiled, I think, by the Southern Poverty Law Center for his promotion of white supremacy. He has been
He administrates like Richard Spencer's college tours, basically.
He basically, when Richard Spencer goes to a campus, and by the way, just start ignoring Richard Spencer. I think we can start doing that.
I think it's happening.
But the thing that happened in Florida a couple weeks ago, it's like, just don't. And if you're going to go, like, just meet him with mockery and disdain and the sort of sad, horrifying, troubled group of young men that show up. Like this guy. This guy's name is Cameron Padgett Scares. Or Cameron Padgett, excuse me. He's a PhD student at Georgia State. And he wanted to leave the comfort of his dorm room racism and stupidity and do a little fact-finding mission. So he went to, I guess, a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood in Atlanta. And this video is so funny and so revealing on so many levels because it's basically like, here's a creepy young guy who is, in fact, taking a cell phone camera to film people without their permission and, again, be a bizarre creep. And people have a completely natural human response to this, which, by the way, is not reactive or violent in any way. And then he builds a terror scenario in his mind. So you almost can see like a micro version of how all these idiots work in this piece of video. Let's check it out.
Park because yeah, I think I'm gonna be okay. I don't know. Actually gonna walk around. I don't think they're gonna do anything. You know, over here they have bags of food.
Yes, people buy groceries. You know? Yep.
Oh, of course there's gonna be a coin laundry. Yeah, I'm gonna walk. Let's see what happens. I'm actually gonna get out the car and walk. You know, I don't really care if I don't think they'll be I don't think they'll do anything. We'll see that.
Such bravery.
Yeah, wow. Profile and courage for this kid.
It's for a school project. Huh? It's for a school project.
Project? Oh, really? What school?
Georgia State.
Huh?
Georgia State.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you my ID.
Alright.
Okay, they asked me who I was videotaping, so I'm probably about to have to head out. Delgado. Yeah, I'm gonna hop back in my car. I'm hopping back in my car. I'm getting a lot of heat already. Hold on there. I'm gonna cross the road really fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And nothing happening.
They started saying who I was videotaping and all this, so I'm gonna have to get the hell out of here.
Oh yeah. And no one followed him. So basically, racist, stupid young idiot goes to apparently Hispanic neighborhood, observes that people have bags of food, also known as groceries.
And the laundromat.
And there's a laundromat where people clean their clothes. Walking around with like the air of a pedophile in a schoolyard. Someone says, "Hey man, what are you doing?"
Trying to look, you could tell in his shadow, he's trying to look secretive about that he's filming everything that he's doing. But of course, like he's walking around with his hands sort of like up to his neck filming, and people are like, "What are you filming
people
for,
are like,
bro?"
"You look creepy and disturbing," because in fact, he is creepy and disturbing. Then he goes, "Oh, no, nothing. It's a project, man. I'm a student at Georgia State. I'll show you my ID." And they're like, "That's okay. Whatever.
Well, because
leave me alone, you freak."
He probably thinks they're gonna go after him the way that he would go after someone that he suspects is.
Well, that's his
neighborhood.
fantasy, is that he would be doing some racial pogrom himself, and he would be part of a mob that would assault a Hispanic person in his neighborhood. Meanwhile, these people are just like, you're kind of a weird freak. They didn't even ask him to not film them.
It reminds me of when I first got my driver's license. I was really into the X-Files and the Bourne movies and like that sort of like espionage and secretive thing.
Right.
And I used to just drive around Bismarck, like as if I was like imagining like you take like a lane change or something like that, like as if you're James Bond or something. Like, and it's this complete like internal fantasy. And this dude's 29 years old.
29 years
old. A grad
old.
student.
Exactly.
And he's stuck in his like little racist fantasies.
He's in his like little racist X-Files.
He's suspicious of coin laundromats. And then after scurrying away, he says a Hispanic name of something and then says there's too much heat and he needs to get back in his car. This whole time, there's no one even in his vicinity. And no one has said anything more.
Yeah, there's literally not a person makes an appearance on the tape, if for those listening. Yes. And it looks just like a regular suburban.
It's just like he's like literally in a
parking.
He's like in a strip mall somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's people going about their business. He's an idiot. I want to be clear. I don't hope that anything specifically happens, but I would love if this guy ran into Rand Paul's neighbor. I should book Rand Paul's neighbor on my show.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos